Now I'm recording this. Let's see if I can share this. Share. Yeah, desktop one, share. Cool. Can you guys see my Visual Studio? Yes, you can. Cool. How are we on the folder making? Got it. Cool. As soon as you make it, go ahead and open up your Visual Studio, and we can code. Let me know when you guys are ready. Cool. Are we good to go? All right, cool. So index, let's just go ahead and make the doc file. So doc tab. We got that ready. We're going to make a responsive wireframe website. That's what we'll call it. And then let's link up the CSS. Link tab and /CSS wireframe CSS. Perfect. And there are 3 inner parts that we're going to make. We'll start with the outer container. So let's do div.wireframe. And that's going to be the outer container that wraps everything. We won't have to rely on the body. The body will do other stuff, but we want to be in control and make the rules. So I always start with my own container. The body has its own rules that you have to apply. We'll do that, and then we're going to have a navigation. Oh, that didn't work. Nav container, and we're also going to have a hero. So div.hero. And what a hero is, it's just like some word that like advertisers use. It is any website you go to, you'll see like that an image in the background with a header and a subtitle and then a button that says click here. All of that is a hero. That's what they call it. I'm sure it stands for something, but I'm not sure what it is. And let's go ahead and make a class for nav, because I'm a fan of classes. It's more of a control thing. But you don't have to. Div, and then we're also going to do a like a services, like what the company offers or what you as a developer offers if you're going to use this for your portfolio. Services, and then we're also going to do a footer at the bottom. You can just do footer. Footer's chill. Save that. And let's go into your CSS. And actually, I want to do a reset. We have to reset some things. So like that box sizing stuff, that'd be really helpful. Let's go ahead and make a new file in your CSS folder, and let's call it reset.css. And we're going to do star. And the star means this applies to everything. And let's go ahead and do like box sizing. Again, this is a control thing. I want to be able to control it and know exactly what's happening. This gets rid of, this means I'm going to get the actual size that I've set on our boxes. Margin, there's always a margin around the body. I want to set it to 0. Same thing with padding. I want it 0 so I can control it. And there's a few other things, like you can do like border, none, background, none. Some browsers have like a color in the background. I want to make sure that they don't do that. Cool, we'll leave that here. And then also, since we're doing a wireframe, we want to be able to see them. So let's do some borders. Border. I'm gonna make a class called border, and I'll do border 1 pixel solid red. You can pick whatever color you like. And then we're gonna do a couple of these. 4, 2, 3, 4, and blue, pink, and violet. Yeah, do violet. Let's do like, we can do dotted here. Maybe this pink, since it's lighter, it can be 3 pixels. And yeah, the rest is fine. And this is just so I can see what I'm creating. I'm gonna get rid of it after I'm done. So you do that. This is just to help you. And then let's also set some rules for the body. Again, this is the reset page, so this is just gonna apply to everything. And then I can change it after this. So I want my text, all my text to be the same color, unless I decide later I wanna change it. So starting, typically it's black, but black isn't really great for the eyes. It's straining. So you can come in here. Okay, are you gonna do your thing? Do your thing. Okay, maybe it's not. But there's a color that's pretty popular. Vox uses it. It's 4C, 4E, and 4D. So C, E, D. And it's like a light grayish color. It's easier on the eyes. And then background color. I'm just gonna set it. Again, I want to control. And there's a color, it's like an off-white. It's not so bright, like your normal white. And this is just stuff that I've fallen into and read a whole bunch of things. And that's how I know. I don't know. Play around and you'll figure out some stuff too. Then we can also set a font. Feel free to choose your own font. I want Roboto Mono. We're gonna have to grab that mono space. Save that. Let's go ahead and go into, did you guys get all that? Again, let me know if I'm going too fast. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, go ahead and catch up. And we haven't done much. We're just setting some rules. It's always nice to start there. And then like other things, if you know that you're gonna have borders around all your boxes or something, you can set the border, set a class, like a reset, like all your boxes will be this color or anything like that. That's like what the reset place is, just standards. Okay, I'm gonna bring this so you can still use that. Let's go to a, where am I? Oh, this was my old one. Let's go to the Google Fonts. Yeah. Maybe. And let's look for Roboto Mono. Cool. Got it. Got it. Give it to me. Okay, great. So there's 2 ways to grab it. You can grab this and put this on your HTML page, or you can do an import and put this on your CSS file. I think this looks prettier. And there might be some other reasons to do it, but I use SAS, and SAS likes imports. And so I use imports. And this will do the same thing as the standard. The import is just like the new. That's what all the kids are doing. And then again, it tells you how to put this on there. Like this is the rule. So copy this, and then you can paste it right there, but we already did that. Cool. Oops. Sorry, guys. Cool. So how are we? Are we set to start coding? How you doing, Brandon? Good. Yeah. Cool. Let's go into here, and let's set up the navigation page. The navigation. So we got our wireframe. Cool. Let's go ahead and put one of the classes around it. Border. Save. There we go. Border save, and then navigation will be border 2. I'll do all my other ones. Border 2. Border 2. Cool. Now we're in nav. Okay, so this is just your outer nav. Now I want to do the contents of the navigation. So I'll do div.navigation. I'll start with the parent name, and then I'm going to say, I do 2 underscores, and then I'm going to say it's the content. Tab, and we can give this one a border 3. And then let's do, this is going to be a temporary logo. I'm a logo, but normally you can do an image here. And then we will do the list items, the navigation links. So UL, we start with UL, and then LI, tab, and then you can do the A. It's going to be a clickable link. So we want to do A. And in here, we can do nav1. And these are small, so you can keep these in line. Normally, I like it looking like that, but with LIs, if you just have like one little word, it's completely fine. We get it. We can see it. And, oh, wait, no. And then just copy this about 4 times. Let's go ahead. I want to give this a class just in case I might need it. But again, you could use ULLIA. It's just easier to access this. Just do nav link. Change this to nav4, or no, 2. Oh, we can give them real names. Home, about, contacts, and services. Wow. Cool. So yeah, real names. Let's see what this looks like. Wait, how do I do the, okay, go live. Oh wait, because I'm already live here. Cool. Go live. Oh, why can't I go live? Oh, I have another one. That's, oh, okay, exit, stop. Go live. Nice. Oh, we haven't put the reset. So up here, we need to add reset. So I would copy that and then just change one of these to reset. And this is how you add multiple different pages. If you want to do a CSS sheet just for your navigation, you can do that too. If it's easier for you. It's any way you want to do that. So we have this. Let me see. Cool. Got a lot of borders and a lot of nothing. Great. We'll change this. How are we doing with this, guys? Good, cool. We can move on to designing it now. Open this. Cool. So I'm a big fan of having 2 of these so I can see while I code. And we will start with the wireframe. Wireframe. And these are your, basically, we start with the height. I'm going to do auto. Why auto? Because I want it to move to be the height of whatever the children are. I'm going to set the navigation height. I'm going to set the hero and all that size. So I just want the wireframe to respond to everything that's in there. I don't want to set anything specific. Same thing with the width. I might have to change it to 100%. We'll just see what the browser does. A lot of this is trial and error. So just try it. If it works, great. And then we can do our display. We use Flexbox, of course. Flex direction, column. Yeah, because we want all these in line. Justify content. I don't think we need that just yet. Can wait. See if that did anything. No, it did exactly what we wanted it to do. Perfect. Cool. Next, we will, okay, I can't see this. Let's go to the navigation. We do nav. And same thing. I am going to set the height. And I played around with this earlier and I decided to go for 4 EM. Why did I do 4 EM? I don't know. Pixel perfect. 1 EM is about 16 pixels unless you change it. So 4 times 16 is something, and that's what the height is going to be. Then width, to do width at 100%, because I want it to be 100% of whatever the wireframe is, and the wireframe is going to be whatever everything else tells it to be. And then let's do, again, display. Flex, flex direction, row, because I want these two in row. We're right here at the content. Oh no, we're at the navigation. Oh yeah, so we're at the navigation. So we're just worried about this one thing. Why did I separate this and not just have these out? I definitely could do that, but I might want to take things out or add things to the navigation. So I would add maybe another div out here if I needed a sub menu. So it's just good to just, and then you're also just controlling one thing instead of multiple things. So row flex, so it's actually going to be a column, or it could be a row actually, since it's just one. I want to justify the content. We want this in horizontally centered, and then align the items as well, center. And I want this fixed. I don't want it to move. So when I move the page, I want the navigation to always stay there. So it's easy access. So then I would do position fixed. Let's see what that looks like. Gross. Okay, cool. We're on our way. Next we got to hit this stuff in here. So navigation content. And again, with 100% of the parent container, display, flex, direction, row, justify content. And the content I'm talking about is this H2 and the UL. How do I want that on the page? And I want them to be separated. So justify content has the space between, and it puts a space in between them, and they both go to their sides. And then align items, I want it within the 4 EM height, I want it in the middle. And center. Cool, right there. So on this side, for here, let's actually hide this. Let's hide these. I don't need these right now. Great. So these are a little off, which is great. Why I like to have the borders so I can see that they're the way they should be. Let's see, what do I need? Border 3. Okay. Let's go to navigation content. Next, let's do navigation content UL. UL. We're going to hit the UL, and I want this to be a display flex because right now I think it's inline. If I do flex, automatically it just moves it to the side. You saw that? Which is great. And then let's hit the LIs. Navigation content UL LI. And yeah, I was playing with this. So there's no rhyme or reason. It just looked better this way. So I did 1 EM and then 0, 0 for the padding. And that's the space in between each other or within. And then font size, I chose 0.9 EM. I think you have to put a 0. Cool. So I have some space. See, I chose it because it looked fine. Go back to that. But you can see that there's like a color. I don't think that's, see, this is my color with the logo, and this one has a color. A has rules, and A puts an underline on there, the A tag underline, and it changes it like a different color. If I click it, I think it has to be blue. Oh, it's red. Nice. So I want to get rid of that. Dot navigation. Well, LIA. See, this is why I like classes, because then it gets a little complicated. Color. And we want it that color. So 4C, 4E, 4D. So it has to be that color. Yeah, great. And then also you notice the line. So like I said, you're going to get that line. So I would go to the reset and let's reset that. No matter what, if I have an A tag, I do not want that line. I also do not want those dots. I don't want that either. And that just comes with UL. So in my reset, I would write, and go down here after body, UL. In any page I have, I want you to get rid of those dots, and they're called list styles. List style, and just say none. Don't do it. And then A as well. I could technically set the color here, but maybe I want A to be different somewhere else on the page. So all I want to do is get rid of that underline. So text decoration, none. And they're gone. Perfect. This is a little off there. Okay, great. And we also want, when you click, I mean, it's a link, so when you click, it should turn a color. And we can do that. I mean, it's not gonna really work, but we can do that with this. Actually, we set classes, didn't we? Cool. So let's do .nav link. So I don't have to write all that long thing. And then active. Active means when you click it, it's active, and it'll do a different color. You can pick anything. I chose FF806. Oh my gosh, 806F. Cool. It's like a salmon or salmon. Great. See if that did anything. So you click it, it changed that color. Perfect. But also we should do when you hover over it, so the user knows that something's going to happen. Nav link, hover, and we can probably just do the same color. Yeah, let's do the same color. And let's also put like a underline border bottom. I know I got rid of it, but I only want it to show when I want it to show. Solid, and we can just do the, yeah. Do that, or you can pick the same salmon color, actually. And cursor, when your mouse goes over it, you want it to be the pointer. So it looks like, okay, grab me. And that's just, we're just been accustomed to that. So you have that right there. Cool. How are we doing, guys? Good. Okay, cool. Next, so the other thing I showed you was the responsiveness. See how big that gets? And you don't necessarily want it that large, especially when you get into a larger, I have a computer at work that's just massive, and this would be a very ugly website if we did full screen. So we want it to stop somewhere. And the way I figured out how to do it was by wrapping everything after the wireframe with another div. So let's go into the wireframe div. Div dot max width. And I chose 10, what did I choose? 1024. I think it's like a normal small 13-inch screen. And then again, we want to wrap everything in this. Line up, cool. And in this class, put it up here, put it in order. And in here, we're gonna say your max width is 1024 pixels. So anything under there is not gonna go any wider. But we can also do a width. I want it to be at least 100% for sure. Then height, let's do auto. Again, since it's a parent of everything else, it'll just adjust its height based on what the contents. Height. Shift closing code. What do you mean by that? Oh, it kind of just does it by itself. So I do div and then tab, and then it does it. So just make sure you hit tab after it. So don't write your, don't do this arrow thing. Just type in div, or you can really anything. Main, I know, it doesn't like main. Aside, yeah, side. So yeah, little shortcuts. Oh, the second bracket. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I did div, tab, I entered, then moved my mouse, and then I hit the option or alt, and then the arrow buttons down. Option, alt, or you have a Windows, right? So I mean, try option, alt, control. Try one of those, and then the arrow buttons up and down. Nice. Alt shift. It's something. Cool. Where are we? Oh yeah, max width again. Display, and we write in display a lot. Like we can probably pull these out and have their own classes, and maybe we'll do it. We'll see. Display flex. I want everything under it to be in direction of a column. And justify. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, just start at the top. Then align items. Center. So that means everything inside the nav the hero services will be center within the navigation. I mean the max width. And position, let's do relative because I have a fixed position inside. So I don't want the navigation to go outside of this div. If I didn't do relative, I'm pretty sure I think it would go out. So that just says make it fixed relative to this. I think that's going to work. Let's see. No, it didn't work. Why not? Oh, because you should save your index. Let's actually add a border then. Border so I can see it. 5 pixels solid black. Why aren't you doing it? Okay, cool. So it did it. I mean, it didn't do what we wanted, but I mean, it stopped at 1024, which is nice. I think I have to go into wireframe. Flex column. Let's justify this. As well, and align items. Sure. That better work. No? Okay, cool. But why isn't it grabbing anything? Okay. Well, that's when you, no, don't do that. That's when you grab the inspector and then start playing with things. So what about height? Height, I want my height to be 100%. Cool. Maybe I didn't do height 100%. All right, cool. So that works. So then we want to change that code to height 100. What did I do? Auto? Yeah. Change that to height 100%. Cool. That works. And because this is fixed, it is going to give you problems. So we'll go into the navigation, come in here, and I think we have to set the, oh yeah, max width, inherit. And you do that because it inherits the parent's width. I mean, you say 100%, so it's going to go 100%, but because it's fixed, it kind of breaks. So you want to tell it, I would just want max width of my parent width, which is the 1024. So go back into navigation. You have your width, but max width. Don't go any, inherit's going to inherit the width of the max width class container. And this is something I didn't know. I had to research it. And now I know. I can use inherit. I think I can also use auto, maybe. No, I can't use auto. So you don't use auto. Just use inherit. Cool. Am I coding too fast? We caught up? Okay, cool. How are you doing, Brandon? Where are we at? So we got this. Cool. So you got this working. That's pretty cool. These borders go over, but only because it's like 5 pixels. It'll be fine if you take them off, which we can do. Just hide these. Cool. Yeah, maybe some padding on the end, but it's okay. Okay, so we got the navigation done. Let's go to the hero. Grab this. hide, I want to hide this one, and I want to hide this one. So in our hero, are we online? No, we're not. 1 second. Cool. You can hide the navigation. So in our hero, all we're going to have is that hero container, and then inside the hero container, we'll have a title and a subtitle. And I'm not going to add a button, but you can definitely add a button as well. So you have your hero, got a border around it. Let's do div.hero. Yeah, I'm going to do hero header. In case I want to add a button, I would add that under the header. So header, border 2, and let's do 3. Cool. Then here I'll do div.title, and then I'll also do subtitle. Title. And here, H1, I'm a hero title. This one will be an H3. H3. I'm a hero subtitle. And I can just give it a border. So you can see it. Great, it's all the way up there. How fun. Okay, let's bring it down. Where are we at? Let's go here. Your code, like this looks like a lot already. Navigation. That way I can find it. It's easier for my eyes, especially when you get a lot of code. And we'll do the same thing down here for hero. And this is just good practice stuff. I would do it. It's gonna make it a lot easier. Okay, where am I? So again, we're gonna do we gotta set the height, the width, display, and how you want it. Yeah, that's the way to comment. So you just type hero and then command or control and then the slash, and that'll do it for you. Command, control, or in the slash. Try one of those buttons for the window, but for Mac it's command and slash. And then I just add like more so it's more pronounced. The border 4 in this title. Oh yeah, I set that over here in reset, remember? So I have like border 4 just so I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, then I just add these lines so I can see that better for my eyes. Remember, you're coding for you and other human beings, so be kind. So let's get that hero. You're gonna set the height. So I want the hero is the main page. So I want that to take up the whole entire screen. Whatever size that browser is, I want to make sure that in any browser it's gonna take up from top to bottom. So if you want to do that, you do 100 view height. So it's gonna set it no matter what. And then width, we'll do 100%. Display again, flex direction, row. And we're doing row because I'm only dealing with the header. And I do that because you can always add more things like other photos, longer buttons, or like a social thing that I would do another class and deal with that outside of the header. So I'm just thinking about the future. Flex direction row, justify content. Horizontally, we want it in the center. And align items. I want the items to be centered vertically. So let's see what that did. Nice. So, but where is this? Did it already go under? Does it end right there? We'll see. But essentially, that's it. We can fix up the type. Man, I can't spell. We fixed up the title a bit. So let's do the hero header. It's already kind of centered, but just to be sure, let's do header. This could be overkill. Display. We want to do display flex direction row. Wait, no, row. No, I'm doing column because there's two of them. I want them up and down. And then align items, center. See, it's cool. That was a little bit better. In their center. And we can do a hero header, H1. Make sure you do that because I didn't give it a title or a class. So I only want my H1 inside the hero header to be font size. It's the hero header, so it should be big. It won't be pretty responsive, but we can do like a media query. So when it gets this size, let's make it smaller. There's also some really cool functions you can do with Sass, but we'll get into that at the end of the class semester. Font size, and why these sizes? I just thought it looked good. So you just play with it. You figure it out. Nice. Sweet. And then maybe we want to, since it's like the, since that is a subtitle, if you go in here, you can see, oh no, you can't. But because it's the body, this is the color of it. So let me copy this. I'll do color. Nice. But it's a subtitle, so maybe it should be a little bit lighter. Right? There's a little bit. This is giving you, you can get like really deep into it, like contrast and all that stuff. It's giving me a hex, which is cool, but I prefer this. So whenever I'm doing opacity, so the A means how opaque you want it. And these are RGB, whatever. But I can change this alone, and this is opacity for a color. And then 1 is the solid 1. So you do point, which was a 0.82. We'll just stick with 0.8, make it easy. Copy that. And, oh no, that one's not it. Ah, what? What is going on here on this day? Stop it. Nice. Cool, that was just a little unnecessary design. Cool, and yeah, same thing. It's still responsive because once you set that outer one, like you're solid. So no matter the size, you have control of what your website's going to look like. A lot of people will put like a background here. Once it breaks up, you can change this. So this is too small. Then I think I was doing like 11.99 earlier before I decided, nah, we should change it. But all you do is just change one thing, and then now it's at 11.99. You can see it, so it follows, and then once we hit 11.90, up there it goes, and it stays. And everything else adjusts to it because you have like width 100%. So it's whatever you guys want to do. But I think 10 for this computer is a little easier to see. I'm just talking about massive computers. I want to control that. Okay, we got that down. Let's get into the services. Any questions about that? Services. Cool. Get into services. So in services, I want like 3 boxes that'll say, it's like those things where they say like what we offer, and the first box will be communication, or we offer a discount on the other box, something like that. Those type of things. And then if you were doing your portfolio, you could be like, it wouldn't be services, it would be skills. And 1 box, you have 3 boxes or maybe more, 5 boxes of each skill. And so let's do services. Div dot services header. This is where the title is going to go. Dot title. And yeah, I know all these divs are like a little overkill, but there's a reason for it. It's a lot more controllable when I'm only having to deal with little things. H1, what we offer if this was a company. Again, it could be skills. H1 and then services. Cool. So then div dot services body. Am I doing body? Yeah, body. So the body is where you're going to have your boxes. So we'll make those boxes. Oh no, let's actually call this container. Because I'm going to use body later. So then we'll have div dot service. And let's go. This is going to be your first box. And same thing, I like to do the header. And then the div dot services, no, service header. And we can do H1. Actually, let's do H2. Because that title is H1. Premium quality. Great. And that can go in line. It's a readable line. You see it. And then div dot service body right here. Do a p tag. And here we're going to have just content. So we can go over here. Cool. So what we offer is already there. Nice. Oh yeah, there's this website called, nope, stop it. Website called Hipsum. And let's see, Hipsum.co. And it just gives you Ipsum, Lorem, or whatever it's called. You just pick how many you want. I just want one. Beer me. It's going to give me one. Copy. Again, Hipsum.co. Or you can just like hit your keyboard and do stuff. But this is too long. I want it readable. Megas. Cool. Let's go ahead and add some border 3. Border 3. I think there is actually. Well, not a hotkey, but I think you can download. Like, go over here, Ipsum. You can download. Yeah, you can download something that'll do it for you. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, I would pick the one that has the most downloads. 72K. This is the one. Cool. Let's just go ahead and do it. Press F1. No, it's starting. Okay, cool. So it's telling you how to do it. Nice. Okay, well now I have it, but it's not going to be as fun. So, oh really? Okay, cool. That's nice to know. Okay, so we have our first one. What is border 3, and then titles chill. Okay, so this one, let's do border 2, border 2. And you may not need to do this, but it's a habit of mine. Cool. So I got one. Now we need 3 of them. So my service, copy, right. And I got 3. Nice. We're definitely gonna have to fix that. Okay, let's start. Let's get to designing it. Yeah, service. I can leave 1. Man, it's still installing that. Okay, so services. Let's do, where are we? Dot services. Same thing. This is a place on the page, and I definitely want to set a height. So I'm going to set a height to 500 pixels. I might change it with 100%. Display flex. Flex direction column. And justify content center, I think. Cool. Nice. This is a mess. Let's keep going. So our services header, which is right here. Yeah. So anything in that, I want it like text aligned. So services header. Text align center. Cool, we got this. Now let's see what's going on with this actually. This shouldn't look like this. Let's get the hero. So why? Should be 100%. Wireframe auto, max width. Height, what if we did auto? Okay, so now we're back to auto. But earlier we had to do 100%, earlier we had to change it for a reason. But that's cool, because we had nothing under it. So now I need this to know that there's gonna be stuff under it and I need you to adjust. And by using auto, it'll do that. Cool. So where was that? Oh wait, it was auto. Oh wait, that's not the code, oops. Where are you? Cool. I'm not tied to that 100%, I just want it to work. And that's how I know it's gonna work. Nice. So like, again, yeah, the hero is the full width. Yeah, the blue stops right there. But I do want people to see that there's stuff down there. So I would change that to maybe, where is the hero? Let's see, what if we go 9VH? 90 or no, 80. How about 90? And we can go like 95. And let's go. Actually, if we do 95, ideally this container down here would be a different color. So you would see a color here and be like, okay, cool, I need to scroll down. And you can see our fixed nav, pretty sweet. You can do like, when you're in JavaScript, you can do some designs to like change the background so it's not so intrusive. Cool, so we're down here. Oh yeah, I wanna change that to 95. Hero, 95 VH. Just to give a little hint. Okay. Oh wait, that's not it. Dang it. Okay, 95. Okay. But service header. We can go to the container now. We'll go here. So this is where all your boxes are. Services container height 100%. It's gonna be 100% of the 50 pixels, 500 pixels, or whatever's left over. Height 100%. Display flex. Flex direction. Be column. No, it's gonna be row. Yeah, because I want them in a row. Justify content. I want space around them, so I could do padding, but I could also use this. And this is all right. I don't have as much control as I like, but it works. Or not. Did I spell this right? I don't think I did. There you go. Cool. So we have that. But let's give it a height and a width. So let's go to service. Service is each individual box. And I'm going to do like a width of 300. And then I can do the same for the height. Nice. It kind of broke out of it, which is cool. I think it's just the text size. So we can do, let's go into the body. And I want the height to be 100. I don't think it's going to change anything though. Yeah. Let's just do the P. Much better. Okay. But I do need to go into the body. Let's do height, 100%. Display. Row. Column. Specify line items. Center. Maybe we'll do like 250. It's a little bit better. Yeah. Let's do. Cool. So then my P, then I can do padding, which I would prefer. So we'll do, grab the outer. See, I don't like that. That is, height should just be, that's fine. I'll take that. I'll do that. Padding. Let's do 2 EM. 1 EM. Yeah, I think I like that actually. We'll keep it. Cool. So service body, I did auto. So just be the height of whatever's inside. And then I did padding 1 EM. Yeah, cool. I can live with that. Actually, no, I want the title needs to line up with it. So let's do the title. Header. I don't have anything. Padding 1 EM. Yeah, that's a little better. Let's do actually 0.5 EM at the top and then 1 EM on the side so that these two line up. Looks better. So service header. Oh wait, no, it's not service header, it's service with the, yeah, you probably shouldn't have named it like that, like I did, but. Nice. Better. And while we're here, let's just go ahead so we can see it. Container, border, box, shadow. I'm just going to do like 1, 0, 1 px, 4 px, 7 px, 4d, no, 4c, 4e. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. 4d. Okay, that's gross. There we go. So I don't know what these, I mean, I do know what these mean, but I don't really know what they're doing, but I know that I need 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then I need a color to make the box shadow happen. So I just did anything, and then I'm going to go in here and actually make it better. So get that spread out. You want it to go a little bit on the side, right? And then the blur is a bit much. Oh, no, that's fine. But the color is the issue. Okay, cool, I like that. But the color, you gotta go, sir. You just want it subtle. And I'm gonna keep it. She's a keeper. Was that service? Cool. But let's actually get it to look like the other. I don't really like using these hexes. I like this, because I can control that. But it's the same thing. Okay, I got off track, sorry. Oh, and I need to do the 1 EM, right? What happened here? There we go. Cool. Then last thing, how are we doing, guys? Our last thing. I think I am making it like in about, we went over an hour. It's fine. Okay, so our footer, and I really didn't do much with the footer, but our footer, you can just do like a P. I'm a footer. And I think you can kind of figure out how to do with the footer like we did everything else. Let's do the heights. Let's make it the same height as the nav. And display, flex, direction, row, align items. Justify. Where you at? Oh. And there's the footer. Do or not. Okay, well, let's center. Why is it like that? Oh, no, this is, there we go. And that's your responsive site, sort of. I mean, that's your wireframe, at least. And you can go in and design it. Now, as it gets smaller, I definitely would add some media queries, like right here. Where is this at? Around, yeah, maybe around 720. The title can get smaller. You still want it big, but make it equivalent. Ideally, these would turn into a hamburger, and then you do a drop down. And you can do it with CSS, but it's a lot easier. When we learn jQuery, I'll show you how to do it. It's a lot easier with jQuery. These, look at that. This is a hot mess. But I would suggest you guys play around with that. Make a media query, and all you would do really is turn this around. Or you could add a CSS grid. this would be a great spot for CSS Grid. You could have done the whole thing in CSS Grid. And I was going to do it with CSS Grid, and then I just found myself using Flexbox. Because that's just what I know how to do better than CSS Grid. But, and then we can get rid of the, get rid of your reset. And cool. Oh, am I pretty? The border shadow is just great. It just makes a huge difference. But yeah, ideally you have lines. This would be a different color, maybe a background image. This would be a whole different section. And then you could have multiple sections that look just like this, and they're just different iterations of the same thing. And you just have a long page. But I can get rid of that thing. Actually kind of like the way it looks. Oh, that's not the code. That was my practice code. See, the reason why I take the borders out is because then I'd be looking for each border in here. So it's a lot easier for me to just turn this off by separating them. And then, yeah, going in here and deleting them is kind of annoying, but you also don't have to, but you should. And there's your site, your undesigned site, semi-designed site. Any questions about anything? A lot. Yeah, I'm gonna post this up and I'll give you a link. Oh yeah, the border shadow thing. Yeah, it's super helpful. Yeah, there's a lot of neat features just in that inspector. Like you should be working out of the inspector all the time. It's just a lot easier. And that's where you make your choices because you can see it and then change it. Yeah, like if I don't know if I want the width 300, but I can test it and see what I like. Nah, 300 will work. And that's how I land on numbers. I'm making it up until I decide, oh, it looks better that way. And that's all it is. You just got to make decisions. And you have a lot of tools. So that's why I wanted to do this, is to show you, okay, so out of all the tools, what can you use to make a site? And really, I only use Flexbox a lot. I didn't have to use anything else. So, but I mean, like CSS Grid is awesome. So I would definitely try to learn that too. It's just good to know everything. And there's definitely, I'm sure if like Tosin did this, he'd have a completely different way of doing it and it would look exactly the same. It just completely different. He'd have different choices. And some of them might be better than mine. And that's okay. Everybody's different. Everybody's a little different. As long as you get it to work, that's all that matters. And I know I can be a little bit better. Like we can definitely pull out, like I'm already annoyed by it, but we can definitely pull out all of these and have a class, pull these out, and then have a class that says .flex column. I guess maybe I wouldn't pull these out, but I'd pull this out. And then for each one that is going to have a column, I'm going to add that column right there. Same thing, I think. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. And so that would just limit the amount of code you have to type. Like this one would be a row. .flex row. You just type it once, and then you just add a class to it. Which one was that? Nav? Yeah. Flex row. So anything else, you can do that through all of them. And because these are a little different, some of them are the same, but you can do that as well. Yep. Navigation, content, flex row. Wait, was that flex row? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, if there's no other questions, guys, we're done here, and I'll upload this tonight and then email everybody. And I'll upload the code as well somewhere, probably on my GitHub, actually. And You can pull it down and share. Cool. Yeah, of course. We'll do this again. Bye, y'all.